Welcome back.
Wait, I'm on my fucking phone. If you would have hit me in the head with that, you would have fucking died.
That was cool. I think it proves that I'm the more athletic brother.
I think we both know that's not true, though.
Should we fight to the death right here, right now?
I'll fight to the death.
Whoever clearly wins is the more athletic one.
I have a gun. Then we'll see who's more athletic.
Okay. Well, with that being said, for last one we start off with Kurt with you're horny. Now it's starting off with.
Oh, I'm still horny as fuck.
Can you get demonetized for saying that?
I'm horny, or I have a gun.
Welcome back to the Not So PG podcast, where we talk about too much. This was supposed to be a mental health podcast. We just can't do it. But we're back. We're alive.
I mean, that fits right in.
To start today's news, well, when am I releasing this? Probably release this sooner because this is some pretty serious news I'm about to drop right now.
Are you?
Panera killed another person.
Who?
Panera Bread.
What do you mean they killed another person?
You didn't hear about the first person they killed?
Oh, is it like with the broccoli
The
or something?
drink. No, they have a caffeine drink that's way too strong.
Oh, I did hear about this.
So
I did hear about this. Yes.
And then I hear news. My friend tells me, so they're keeping the drink. And I was like, wait, no, they should get rid of the drink.
Yeah, I should definitely get rid of that.
Well, no, well, I asked. I said, did they get rid of the drink? And they said, no, they're just putting a caution logo on it. Have you ever read any caution logos? Someone else is gonna die. I literally said the day the news came out, I said, this is gonna kill another person. I was like, if you're Panera, you're in the street, you just slap a logo on it. They'll read it. They'll read that this drink kills people.
Well, no, you know what that was for? That was for legal.
Do you think people are gonna well, that's what this person
That's what it was for, yeah.
And you think that someone's gonna go now and be like, caution, a lot of caffeine. Nice. They're just gonna still drink it.
Wait, so how did they die?
The recent person drank 18 of them.
To be fair, if you drink 18 of anything, what the fuck's wrong with you in the first place?
But should you really be selling a drink that could kill people? The first girl had 3 and died.
I mean, realistically, if you drink three is crazy. 3 is crazy. But if you drink 18 of anything, you're probably dying. Like, think about it. Imagine sitting there drinking 18 beers one after another.
Can I show you a picture of the guy? This isn't funny.
No, it's not.
No. But you'll see. Okay. I'm gonna show Johnny a picture of the guy that just died.
But think about it.
And then I'm gonna tell you. Wait. So I'm gonna show you the picture of the guy that died. And this isn't funny. I don't want to get canceled anyway. I'm gonna show you the picture of the guy that. I'm gonna show you a picture of the guy that died, and then I'm gonna tell you what I said.
Okay.
Okay, you ready? Panera, new guy dies.
Was this the guy that had 18 or 3?
He had 18.
Okay. But I feel like 18 of anything is not like.
Okay, so that's the guy that died. Do you want to know what I said?
What'd you say?
I said, yeah, he drank 18 of them. It's not funny. No, it's not funny.
Yeah, he drank it.
But I wasn't joking. It's funny, but it's not. And I just
but
rest in peace. Rest in peace. And you want to know what he said, Gianni?
I don't think I could sit there and drink.
He trusted that Panera was a healthy place, and he thought that by going there it would be healthy.
How did he say that?
Fucking killed him. This is what I was told. Also, I didn't read that in the article. I did read that he drank 18 of them, and then I saw that photo, and I said. No, because my first response was like, who drinks 18 of a drink?
How could you drink 18 of anything?
And then I saw the picture. I said, that guy drank 18 of them.
But my stomach couldn't handle 18 like water bottles.
You think that guy can do it? If anyone can do it, it's that guy.
Yeah, probably that guy. But still, fuck. Well, on the topic of like a lot of things, have you heard about Tylenol?
On the topic of a lot of things. You mean of taking too much of something?
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
Do you know about like Tylenol and Advil? It's horrendous for you.
Yeah.
Like,
that's why I stopped taking it.
Like during COVID.
I used to take too much Advil.
Well, during COVID, a lot of people, like they didn't talk about this, but a lot of people were dying from Tylenol overdose. Overdose, yeah. Their livers were just failing.
Dude, that's what made me stop. I was the type of guy because I had so much back pain in the winters back in New York. I was like, dude, I'm taking Advil every day.
Well, you know what worries me a lot?
I used to take so much. I don't ever take Advil.
Even as a kid, I never like I don't know why. I was always like not afraid of medicine, but I was like, why would I take this medicine? My body could fight it by itself. Like that was always how I was, even now. And the thing that worries me is a lot of these girls, like a lot of the girls that I talk to, they'll be on their period and they're just popping them all day. And I'm like, yo, you gotta, and then they're drinking on top of that, where Tylenol and Advil is already horrendous for your liver. Now you're going to go and continue to drink on top of that, which is also damaging your liver. That's why all these girls are having terrible liver damage and everything. And it's like, why are you doing that? You're on 6, 7, 8 Advils a day.
You know what's crazy though?
That's terrible.
What you find out over time is that a lot of times some of this inflammation and stuff that you have can be cured with a little bit of turmeric, staying hydrated.
Oh, turmeric. I take turmeric every day. Turmeric is if you want to hop off of Advil or Tylenol, my back doctor prescribed it to me when my back was going like down to shit. He said take turmeric. There's a thing online. It's like 4 pills a day. You take it. My back has never felt better since I've started taking it.
It's an extremely natural.
It's the best anti-inflammatory you could take. You should take it either way.
If you take it every day, odds are you're not going to need that Advil, and it's extremely.
Well, that's why they say Indian people, they put a lot of turmeric in their food. Their bodies are actually like better off than we are. And Indians, they have a tendency to be tall. Yeah. And they don't actually get a lot of back problems like normal tall people do.
Oh, I never heard that.
Yeah, and it's a lot of it stems back to them putting a lot of turmeric in a lot of their foods. They season their food with turmeric. Yeah. Yeah.
That's incredible, dude. Yeah. No way. Wow.
Yeah.
But to be fair, I haven't been taking my turmeric. But on the note of like vitamins and stuff and taking your proper supplements, nobody's taking supplements. And what I've noticed,
nobody does.
Because you don't really either with the vitamin side of things. I'm trying to get you onto that.
I take the mushrooms.
But what I've noticed is, think about how I used to be the most sick person. Like I always, for whatever reason, I was always the one that got sick in my household, and I think it was because I was too cleanly.
You were.
I was too. I'm like a very clean person, always washing my hands. Whereas him and my other brother were a little bit more on the dirty side.
Well, I bite my nails all the time.
So their immune system.
So my immune system's stronger than yours.
Just super strong.
Yeah.
But what happened after COVID when I started taking my vitamins, my vitamin C, D, B12, B9, vitamin E, I take so many. And if you guys follow me on my other platforms, sometimes I share all the supplements that I take. But once I started doing that, we would get the same sickness. I'll be sick for maybe a day or not at all is what's happened. And honestly, we can't even say it's not true because it's happened at least with just me and him twice now. There was one time where we both got the same thing. I got him sick with something that I had for a day. I was sick for 24 hours. I gave it to him. He was sick for like a week and a half. Fucked up. And then recently, someone that I was around a lot gave you something. I never got sick.
But I don't think she got me that. I think it was something else. Because I came to LA already coughing and like feeling bad.
Maybe.
Like I had a cough
But I don't think it helped because that person, she was already sick.
Definitely not.
She was already sick. And then I think 2 days after you got here, I think that just added to it.
No, yeah.
Probably. But
you should be taking vitamins, though, 100%, especially if you live, like, in New York in the winter.
Well, because it comes back to the whole thing with COVID and, like, still apparent variants going around, which I'm sure if they never stopped, I guess they just stopped talking about it on the news, but never stopped.
Yeah.
So if you want to be prepared, and then apparent other sicknesses that they keep scaring us with and viruses, what nobody is still talking about and what nobody's talked about from day one is take your vitamins.
Yeah.
If you want to have a strong immune system to fight off COVID, to fight off any sort of future disease that we're still worried about having, if you have a mask on your face and you are not taking vitamins, you're backwards. You could do both if you still trust in the mask, but step one is building up your immune system, eating healthy, taking your vitamins, working out. That's what's going to protect you. That's who was the safest. The people that were in the most danger during COVID times were people that were overweight, had bad immune systems, stayed inside. Not that staying inside necessarily, I guess, is bad in that time.
Well, no, but excessive staying inside is going to be bad for you.
But letting your immune system linger, and then when everything opened up and the virus didn't go away and you went out, you got more sick than most people.
100%. I got hit with every strain of COVID, and I didn't really get sick ever. I was just bedridden because I didn't want to get you guys sick in the house. Yeah, like, I never felt sick when I had COVID.
COVID was weird for me, but let me tell you something weird. And I never really talked about it a lot, but I'm a pretty decent singer. I don't sing, obviously, like online and stuff, but I'm a pretty decent singer. I couldn't hit a high note. My voice would crack.
Well, I never was able to do that.
But I think it happened after COVID. I swear it happened. And I heard other people that are major singers that said after they got COVID, it fucked their singing voice and they had to rebuild their vocal cords. My vocal cords became shot.
That's weird.
I don't know what it did to me, but I couldn't. And even now, it still lingers. But it was fucked up. I was like, dude, what's wrong with me that I can't hit a high note? My vocal cords were fucked up.
That's weird.
My vocal cords, like literally, it hurt to talk, and I couldn't hit. Like if I tried, I was like, dude, I really can't. Like even now, hear that? Hear a crack?
I mean,
that's still. That. But I used to be able to just make that that effort that I'm doing. I used to do, and it would just be a nice mellow high note.
That's
now
weird.
It automatically cracks unless I try to correct it.
They'll probably find something out about that.
I think if they look into my vocal cords, I think they're damaged in some way, honestly, which is really terrifying.
Yeah, probably.
Who knows what they didn't find out about this disease yet?
Oh, so much. You know? So much.
I'm worried about the later years. Funniest story ever. So this is another reason I don't smoke weed anymore or anything of the sort. I took an edible like a year ago, and I was like microdosing, you could call it, the edible. I would like take a little bit every single night.
Okay.
And I would start to feel it out. And this one night, I was like, I think I'm feeling it, but I want to feel it more. And like, obviously, over time, you start getting a little more ballsy.
Well, yeah,
like, let me take some more. Like, I've been doing this, but I already took the perfect amount. I go and take a lot more. And I'm playing Call of Duty with somebody online, some random person, and it starts hitting me. And I'm like, first of all, get that social anxiety where I can't even tell the guy goodbye.
Yeah, that's fucked.
I can't even tell the guy goodbye, so I'm just sitting there like.
Just staring at the screen.
He's like, dude, why are you not moving? I'm like, I'm good, bro. Let's just waiting for the game to end. Honestly, even that was horrible. Oh, which has happened before when I smoke weed online. Like, I can't tell people goodbye. I can't get off the game because I have so much anxiety to be like, goodbye, but I also don't want to just fucking turn off my Xbox. Dude, how about that's happened to me multiple times. Don't smoke weed anymore. Too much social anxiety. It's fucked up. Get off the game, and I'm like, I get into the fetal position, and I start getting, the creepiest. Like, you know how they say, like, weed gives you anxiety? Mm-hmm. For me, it used to give me just anxiety. Like, a lot of people get anxiety about getting caught smoking weed and, like, something's going to happen right now. For me, it was always just my normal everyday anxieties become heightened. Yeah. Which is what always made me not want to smoke weed. But now it was like news was being transferred into my head about COVID and about how our political system's corrupt. And I'm like, oh, my God. And I was thinking about you and Joe vaping. And it was like, it's killing them. It's a plan to kill everybody. And I was like, I'm in a fetal position. When this happened, I'm in a fetal position like this. I'm like, what the fuck? And finally, I get the physical ability to be like, Mom, come save my life. It's 3 a.m. She answers. She comes in. She's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm freaking out. I'm having an anxiety attack. And I'm off an edible. And she's like, what is happening to you? I've never seen you have an anxiety attack this bad. Gianni?
I think I was there for this.
I used to, no, you weren't. I used to say that I had anxiety attacks when I had bad anxiety.
Yeah.
I never did. You know why? Because you know what a real anxiety attack is? Shaking. Bro, physically.
That's what happened to me.
Shaking. I didn't know that anxiety. Because I would get anxiety where I just like I'd maybe like twitch, get really bad anxiety. Bro, like convulsing because I was having such an anxiety attack.
That was what was happening to me. You tried telling me I wasn't having a panic
most
attack.
Scared I think I ever was in my entire life.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I will never touch another edible ever again. It was,
I mean,
but the creepy thing was like me thinking about politicians and how like New World Order and they're coming in.
I wonder what put that in your head,
bro. And it was almost like it was coming into my head as fact, and I was like, and it was like COVID was like a weapon, like to kill people, and people are gonna find out later. We're all fucked. Our lungs are all fucked. It's killing people. Like I was like, oh my God. But the reason that it was so creepy was because the anxiety was about like the intensity of the world and civilization and everyone's screwed and they're trying to kill us from the inside, and that's why kids are vaping. And then I thought about you guys vaping, and I was like, they're killing my brothers. I need to wake up tomorrow and get them to stop vaping. I was freaking out, and that was what, remember Mom told you? She was like, Peter's like freaking out last night about you guys vaping.
Yeah, I walked into the room. Mom was like, get the fuck out. I was like, okay.
Dude.
Bro, I'm telling you, I walked in.
I will never touch an edible ever again.
I hope not.
I'm lying. I heard. So I was talking to you today. I'll tell you why I'm lying. After that, right?
I would love to do this again. What are you talking about?
Kamala Harris. Donald Trump. That was me. You're taking over. That was me.
Why would you do that again?
I'll tell you why.
You got some great ideas.
No, I'll tell you why. Because I heard that if you go into an isolation tank on an edible, you'll trip out and go somewhere else.
Either way, you'll trip out and go somewhere else.
But imagine on an edible.
Fuck that.
So for those of you that don't know, an isolation tank. Oh my God, I've done it once.
It's not technically called it's a sensory deprivation.
Sensory deprivation. Deprivation.
Deprivation, I think. And what it is you're in a tank where you technically have no senses whatsoever. So there's no hearing. The full tank is soundproof. There's no sound whatsoever. Oh, wait, that's the same thing? There's no vision. It's fully black in there. And technically, there's, like, no gravity because it's water. And the water is the perfect temperature to match your body. So the water will be exactly, like, 98 degrees or 99 degrees.
So what they do is, before you go in, they take your temperature.
Yeah, and they'll match the water to your body temperature. And they make the water
the exact temperature that you are. And then it's salt water, so you're floating. And because the water is the same temperature as you can't feel anything.
Yeah.
So you close your eyes and you
don't even have to close your eyes.
You're just your mind. You're just but you should close your eyes because you can almost see a little bit, I even though it is dark.
Oh no, I've seen the videos where they said you can't see anything.
You can't see anything, but you still close your eyes. Actually, you're right, because there were moments in there where I didn't know if my eyes were open or not.
Yeah, exactly.
I actually didn't know if my eyes were open or not. So you're actually right about that.
I want to try it.
So you're just nowhere.
Yeah.
You're literally just your mind. So people have these psychedelic, trippy experiences because you're so deprived of a human body. You're literally your soul. And that's why when you take a little bit of an edible, a little bit of something, not cocaine, not anything that's going to make you go crazy, but some sort of spiritual almost drug where if you've done weed or some sort of psychedelics, you know what we're talking about.
I wouldn't say weed is like
you're wrong, because I have tripped on weed and it's actually possible. And some people are like, no, it's laced. If you look it up,
you're probably fucking laced.
I tripped after and I was like, was that weed laced? No, you could trip on weed. So I'll tell you that story. So Joe and I used to have a weed vaporizer.
Yeah.
My twin. And when we were younger, the reason that vaping weed, if I were to go back to smoking weed, I would vape it. Because when you smoke
Definitely
weed,
not. I greened out every time that I've ever smoked weed.
No, because you had like a wax pen. No.
Yeah.
Vaping weed.
Yeah, that's what a wax pen is.
No. You heat the weed up just enough so that you only get the THC and nothing else is burned and sucked into your lungs. So when you smoke a joint, you aren't even getting all the THC out of it, and you're burning more than you need, and you can only smoke so much. When you vaporize it, you only need a little bit, and you get way more high, and it's way more clean because it's just the THC you're getting out. And you would feel it. I would vape it and I'd be like, oh my God, this is how weed should feel every time.
Yeah.
Just way more calm, not too much. But you need this much, and it would be the same as smoking a joint, as like power-wise, because of how much more potent it would make the weed.
So it's like basically like wax. And potency-wise.
No, only because wax is a lot more powerful. Wax
used to fuck me up.
Yeah, screw that. So anyways, we would only be able to fill this little container that was this big up 3 times, and we'd be obliterated. One night, and I would never do this again, like, because I don't have the goal to get obliterated anymore like I did when I was younger. I'm happy I got that out of the way.
Yeah.
But one night I looked at Joe and I looked at each other and said, we are going to fill this thing up at least 5-6 times. We're not stopping until we hit 5.
Why would you fucking do that?
Just because we had missions back then to just, like, if you're a stoner, if you were ever a stoner, you get it. It's like, today we're getting as high as we fucking can't. Like, it's just a thing, dude. So,
okay.
So we were like, dude, imagine what happens if we get past that 3 mark. Because you would hit 3 and be like, you ever see the commercial of the person sunken in on the bed and you're like, you're not the same when you smoke? You ever see that commercial? You ever see that one? Oh my God, this is the funniest. You're inflated. And they used to do it as like an anti-weed ad back in the early 2000s. Funny. That's how it would make you feel. So pretty good interpretation. So we smoked 3 bowl hits and Joe's gone. But I'm on a mission. I was the guy that held through to the missions. So I pick it up and I'm like this. Take the grinded weed. Throw it in the thing. Heat it all the way up. We get to 4. We get to 5. We get to 6. We get there. Don't know, bro. We're literally doing this just because we said we were going to do it. We get there. Now, we're playing Call of Duty, and like my controller's falling out of my hands. Like I might as well not even be playing the game. And there's like a radar ping on your character. This is back on Call of Duty Ghost. And it's pinging, and we're both looking at it. It's going ping, ping. And the ping passes the map and now takes over the game, which doesn't happen. Now the ping comes out of the TV screen. And we're like, that's definitely not supposed to happen. So the ping keeps going, engulfs us. We're like, oh shit.
That's not a glitch.
And then everything inside the ring is white. It's a white world, engulfs us. Me and Joe look at each other. It's just us in a world of white. Imagine just white, blank, nothing there. You're floating. It's just me and him. But now the creepy thing about this is, it's not as if me and you go there right now in this mental state and we're like, dude, what the fuck is happening?
Well, yeah, because you're high as fuck.
No. Our mental states changed to just not freak out. Like to just be there, I guess.
Fuck that.
So
I would have a panic
almost
attack.
had an ego. I think it was almost ego.
Probably, yeah.
But our bodies were there. Like we saw each other physically. So we're looking at each other just in this white plane. And we're like, just observing it. I remember I thought nothing of it. At the wall being there, I thought nothing of it. But we're both there. We're looking at each other, and then I feel the ring behind me, the ping, boom, boom, and it starts coming out. And we're both just sitting on the couch like this. It's coming. We can't move. It goes back into the TV. It goes back to the ring around us. Everything goes back to normal. We both like, guys, were you there? Was that real? Was it just me? Oh my God. We both experienced the exact same thing. We both went to this white world. And I said, the ring around the TV, engulfed us, right? Because as soon as it went to.
You were back in your normal mental state.
No, we were sober. We weren't even high anymore.
Really?
We weren't even high anymore, bro. It was like this weird supernatural experience.
What the fuck?
And we were freaking out because, dude, simultaneously we both came to. And we're like, because we thought, oh, maybe I was just tripping balls and I thought that happened. We were both there. We both experienced it, and nothing to this day can explain it. Nothing.
That's fucking crazy.
I never told you that story?
No, never.
Oh, my
I've never heard that story.
Oh, my goodness.
You want to hear my weed story?
Sure, bud.
Do I have a story for you, man?
Try to top that one.
Okay, so this was, so you know how the first time you smoke weed, you don't really get high, you have to smoke it the second time?
Yeah.
Okay, so this was now the third time. So I only got high once in my life before this, like actually high.
Okay.
And I was in my friend's room. She was my best friend at the time. And she had a wax. She always had a wax pen. And I was always, because I always watched you guys do it as a kid, and I was always scared to do it. I was like, you know, I'm gonna start doing crack after this. You know, like I was scared to do it. You know, because that's what everyone says. You know, that's the gateway drug. So I was like, fuck it. You know, I'm not a bitch. I'm gonna do it. So I take the pen. She looks at me. She goes, "You're gonna do it?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do it." You know, she got all excited because I never do it. She was a stoner. I take a hit. One hit, no joke. That was all I did, but I held it in probably a little long. That was all I took. Because that was all I needed. I wasn't a stoner. And I'm laying on her couch on my phone watching YouTube. And out of nowhere, the phone just starts, you know, almost like I was too drunk. You know, when like everything just starts spinning in the room. And so I'm sitting there, I'm looking at the phone. I was like, all right, let me shake my head. I'm fine. You know? Yeah. Let me not freak out because, you know, maybe this weed is really fucking getting to me. So I'm staring at the phone. Starts doing it again. I was like, oh, and my stomach was killing me. So I was like, all right. Maybe I just have to take a shit.
Why does it always come back to you taking a shit, dude?
Well, this is what happened.
The people are sick of hearing about your shit story.
Wait, listen. So I was like, all right, maybe I just got to take a shit. My stomach hurts. Maybe if I get rid of the stomach pain, this will all fix itself.
Yes.
So I look at Justina. I was like, yo, I'm going to go take a shit. She goes, okay, all you. Yeah. I run downstairs because the bathroom wasn't upstairs. We were on the 3rd floor. Go downstairs, go on the bathroom. Now I'm on the toilet. Everything's still spinning. I'm freaking out in my head. I'm like, oh, this is over. You know, this is the day I die. Yeah. Like, you know when you're greening out and you think you're going to fucking... Now I'm butt naked on the toilet, sitting there like this with a log just coming out of my ass. And I'm like, this is the day I die. I die on this fucking toilet.
It's so horrible, dude.
I on that toilet accepted death. Swear to God. And it got to the point where I was so high... which I don't know, that it had to be laced. I swear to God, it had to be laced. Because I was sitting.
Wax will do that to you.
Bro, I was sitting on the toilet and I physically couldn't move. I tried moving to the point where I was sitting. Ready? I was sitting on the toilet like this.
Yeah. No, that we don't.
And my phone was right here on like a little like side table, and I was trying to call it to get my friend, and I couldn't. And I was sitting there. I was like, "Fuck."
Joe used to freeze.
And well, so this is what happened. So finally, I like it took everything in me. I got my hand. I was, yo, shit. Held down the Siri button because this was like iPhone like 8 days. There was still a button. I was like, hey, Siri, call. And then I called her. She goes, what's happening? I go, get the fuck down here now. She comes down there. I'm on the toilet. And she goes, what do you need? I go, get me food. Get me something to get the shit out of my system. So she comes upstairs with 3 family-sized bag of chips. And she goes, all right, here. She put them on my lap. I go, what the fuck you think I'm going to do with those? I can't move. So she starts feeding. I finished 2 family-sized bag of chips. Best chips I've ever had in my life.
Sounds like a weed thing to do.
Best chips I've ever had in my life, by the way.
Of course.
Fire chips.
Honestly, nothing tastes better than when you
And so I finished the chips, and I'm feeling a little better. Yeah. The room stops spinning now.
Great.
But I can't move. So I look at her. I'm like, yo.
You have to wipe my ass.
You're probably going to have to wipe my ass. She goes, she goes, are you sure? Like, I'll do it, but are you, like, you really can't get up? I said, there is no fucking way I get up right now. She goes, you're going to have to leave. I said, I can't move. So she, as the best friend that she was, lifted me up and kind of like doggy positioned me on the toilet to where like knees were on the floor, stomach was on the toilet, and she wiped the fuck out of my ass.
Wow.
And it was how about I rechecked after? There was no speckles.
Oh, wow. So it was a clean log.
She was a clean, no. She wiped good. Oh. She even got the baby wipe in there. She was like, I'm going to get you with the baby wipe. I was like, I love you. And then she placed me back on the floor. Now I'm in the corner of the fucking bathroom like this. And then she was feeding me the rest of the 3rd family-sized bag of chips.
What a great friend.
And then she was freaking the fuck out. You know why? Because her fucking parents were coming home in like 20 minutes. And she was like, you better fix yourself. Because if they see you like this, we're both getting our asses beat. And I was like, I don't know what you expect me to do in this situation.
Back to the deflated
I can't move.
Did you ever see the deflated ad?
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it.
I was going to show you.
We'll show you guys. I was genuinely like, that was the most scared I've ever been. I could not move. like I tried with everything in me. The most I was able to do was like reach over to touch the phone, and even that took like so much out of my body. It was insane. I thought I was gonna die. I thought for sure I was dead. And then I got my ass wiped.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy is the people that were trying to make weed illegal.
Yeah, I didn't understand that.
It's so crazy that it's still not legal in every state.
It's weird.
Why is alcohol allowed to be legal?
So
I know we went through prohibition,
but so many people die from like alcohol over weed.
1940s rather. But
you know what I mean?
Weed doesn't kill anybody.
Like there's no weed out, like you'll get sick. Alcohol will kill you.
I don't understand how could you claim that we live in a free country when you could get arrested for just touching things and smoking them?
Yeah, literally.
I mean, I'm not saying that people should be allowed to smoke crack on the streets, but
we should be allowed to.
We should be allowed to. My whole thing is prison for that, like for being a drug addict. Like that's my whole thing.
Well, no, so
someone has a problem with crack or heroin. It's like, how do you?
Well, no, so they did a really good thing
for
in
20
Europe.
years because that's what they're doing. They were sending people to prison for 20 years.
They did a really good thing in Europe, and what city? There was a city in America that tried it, but they did it the complete wrong way. So what you do is first you make all drugs not like a federal crime to where they'll just get a ticket for it. You won't get in prison for it. But what they will do is once you get that ticket, so this is what they do in Europe. You're forced to now go to this rehabilitation center.
Yeah.
Otherwise you have to spend like 20, 30K on this ticket.
But they'll never do that. They make too much money off of prison systems.
Exactly. So what there was a city in America. I watched a video and I wish I could tell you what city it was. They made it to where it wasn't legal anymore, but they set up these rehabilitation centers, but they weren't centers. What they were, this was when the first free needles spots came out, where they were giving you clean needles and clean the things to wrap around your arms. That's what they did in Europe. But what they did in Europe is they were at least mentoring you and watching you. So they would say, okay, we'll give you the dosage, but we're going to slowly lean you off of it over like a 6-month span.
That's amazing.
And
I mean, that's how rehabilitation
but they were giving you, so now you knew that you were getting clean stuff. There was no way of getting, what's the thing that's killing everyone right now? Fentanyl. There was no way of getting fentanyl because this was government-grade drugs. Wow. And they were, so let's say you were taking 2 grams in a day.
They're doing that in New York
what they would do is, but New York's not doing it. New York's just giving you the needles. They're not giving you the drugs, and they're not watching you over a span of time. They got this whole city in Europe to be, I think it was like 92% off of drugs completely. Like 92% of the people that were on drugs are now off of it.
No way.
Like they did an amazing job and we tried copying it. But the issue was that we were just giving them clean needles. So now all you're doing is pushing the habit more by saying, okay, now you're not doing dirty needles. Now you're using clean needles, but your supply is still shit. And we're not monitoring how much you're taking. You're just going to take more now because now you don't need to get as many needles.
Well, now that's my problem.
You're saving money on needles so that you could spend more on the drug now. Yeah. That's where you're going to shit. In Europe, they were taking 2 grams. Okay, now next week, you're going to take 1.8 grams. Now next week, you're going to take 1.6 grams until you go all the way down to 0 to where you're not dependent on this drug.
That's how I quit.
That's how you're supposed to do it. Exactly.
Vaping. So that's what works. But that's the problem here in LA. We have it's not only that we have a homeless problem here.
No, yeah,
they're all addicted to drugs. These people aren't just homeless.
Yeah.
These people wake up and they pursue drugs and they walk around super high, sprinting into the street. I don't know what they're on. I honestly don't know what they're on.
It's sad. It's sad to see.
But it's what the creepy thing is. It almost feels planned how horribly they're dealing with it.
Oh no, it is. Because it is. They make too much money on it.
There's so much money. I mean, I don't know what they make money on. There's so much money going that California has the highest taxes.
Yeah.
And they have the worst homeless problem and the worst way of dealing with it. And I've gotten heat about this almost because people were like, well, they don't want to be in homeless shelters. It's like, okay, well, these people are smoking crack on the street and shitting in public areas. I don't think they know what's best for them.
Yeah,
I don't know how you could debate. These people clearly don't know what's best for them. So wait, but aside from that, and they do like it. That's the thing that you don't understand. In New York, our homeless we have a lot of homeless people.
Oh, yeah.
You don't see them as much is because our tax dollars go towards these homeless shelters.
Well, yeah.
And these people that once said, we don't want the homeless shelters, once they get a nice, warm, comfortable bed and they maybe get a nice meal, they start coming back and they start staying there. And it's much better than them building a tent on the street and doing drugs and prostituting.
Do you know the differences between New York and LA?
And people will debate me on that and be like, they're happy.
Wait, do you know well, some of them are. I've seen videos where like they're not on drugs and they are like, I just like sitting here.
Crazy. Well, that's a different story. That's free country. But the craziest thing ever is I saw a girl working on her laptop in her tent on the side of the street.
I've seen that. I've seen that.
That's fucking insane.
Yeah, I've seen that.
What do you mean?
Well,
she's doing work on her laptop in her tent.
Here's the difference between New York and LA,
Crazy.
right?
I mean, for that person, I mean, hey. But for me, it's like, just get off the grid.
Well, listen.
Just get off the grid. That's what I would do. I'm on the side of the road. But go on.
Here's the difference between New York and LA.
Yeah.
New York and LA have two completely different homeless rules, where the homeless could literally just tent up anywhere.
Oh,
in
yeah,
LA.
of course. Well,
in
yeah.
New York,
But
they don't let
that's
that
new.
shit slide.
That's recent.
Exactly.
No, they passed that recently.
I know.
But
that's why it's getting so much worse.
Tents. Yeah.
That's why it's getting so much worse. And in New York, they put the money towards these shelters to where I honestly love going into this homeless thing. Like I watch a lot of videos on it. I look up into like millions of ways we could fix it. I love that, like, research on it almost. Mm-hmm. And the issue with LA is they make the shelters, but they don't have the fund. Well, they have the funds. Let's be real.
Not using the
They're
funds.
not using the funds to get enough security there, where they say that it's more dangerous to be in these shelters than it is to be on the streets.
Oh, I believe it.
Where they're saying every night, I'm missing stuff. Every night, someone's getting stabbed in the middle of their sleep, where they're like, in New York, that doesn't happen. They have 30, 40, 50 people in that shelter making sure no one's getting stabbed. Right. No one even walks in there with a knife. You shouldn't even be able to get in there with a knife. Everyone should be patted down. That shouldn't even be a scenario.
But listen, it gets to a point where the homeless problem is so bad, it's time to go, okay, what's the solution?
Oh my God, wait, do you want to hear some crazy shit?
Are you going to tell me about San Francisco?
No, do you want to hear some crazy shit that they're doing?
What?
They are shipping homeless people on a one-way flight to Hawaii.
Wait, what?
Swear to God, I got the chills. Look, I got the chills. I watched a video on this. Tyler Oliveira covered it. He's really big into the homeless, and I watch a lot of his videos. I love him. He's a great guy to watch if you're into this whole homeless conspiracy theory. Not even conspiracy theory. It's a real thing. He went to Hawaii over a conspiracy theory saying that they were shipping homeless people out to Hawaii on a one-way trip just to get them out of Los Angeles and all these other states. Wait, he sat there and spoke to any person that didn't look native to Hawaii, obviously, and every single one of them said they were offered a flight and a job in Hawaii. They threw them on a flight, and they never spoke to anyone from the government since that day. And that was it. They were on a one-way flight to Hawaii just to get them the fuck out of the States. Could you imagine that? Now there's hundreds of these people stuck on an island in Hawaii, and they're all saying, we're just trying to save up enough money to get back to the States. Like, we're on this island. We can't get the fuck out of here.
No way.
And even worse, in Hawaii,
more people not talking about this?
Even worse, in Hawaii, the common man in Hawaii doesn't like the white Caucasian person. They actually hate us. I've read about.
Well, I've heard they don't respect us tourism so much. Tourism.
Yes. So even worse now, these homeless people, they get looked at, frowned upon. They were like, these people fucking hate us. They won't even give us money. Like, we'll go into a store with, like, a native homeless guy.
No more
They'll
begging,
get free food, and the white guy will be like, go fuck yourself. You got to get the fuck out of here. We don't like you here. Like, they get really frowned upon out there to where they can't even make enough to get, like, a $200 plane ticket home.
People are just stuck on this island.
They're stuck on this island, and they can't do anything about it. Could you imagine that?
Wow.
Could you imagine getting sent on a one-way flight, and now you can't make enough money to get back here? Oh, my God.
Well, that was the plan, I
where
guess.
It's 100 and something degrees in Hawaii
every
day.
Offered like here.
No, they were telling them they were told that they were going to have a stable job, and they would have a house to live in, rent free for the first year. Rent free for the first year. No way. Don't quote me on the rent free for the first year. I do know that they were stationed to have a place.
Either way,
no, they were said that they were going to have a place.
But you're sure these were homeless people?
100%.
Wow.
100. I will show you if I'll show you the clip. We'll put it in the description or on here. Somewhere.
It's just so sad because, a lot of it just comes down to upbringing. A lot of it comes down to, if you and I were this person and grew up the same way this person grew up, we'd probably be in the same shoes as them.
Oh, 100%.
And that's why it's just so sad. Cause
I said it. I don't think I can dig myself out of that hole.
People are so judgmental, but even like on a less small scale, people that, make mistakes or fuck up or, are in bad situations, you got to remember, if you were born in their shoes, like, you would be there.
100%.
You would be that person.
Yeah.
Maybe not all of us. Maybe some of us would have dug out.
Some of us could have dug out.
Some of the most successful people.
I look at
horrible upbringing.
I look at some of these people,
and that's their motivation.
And I don't think I could have gotten out of some of these holes that some of these
people
are
in. I've seen a video.
Like, I see it, I'm like, I don't think mentally I would be able to pick myself up to be like, I'm going to do good today.
I have a hard enough time now.
You know what I
mean?
mean?
We had a great family growing up.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, it's crazy. Some of these people that really grew up and had no family, nothing, and
it's hard.
They
don't have a backbone to drop on.
Dude, some people are born addicted to drugs.
Yo, God forbid I go to shit, I have you.
You're born addicted to drugs.
Well, yeah, that has to do with the mother doing drugs when you're pregnant.
You're pregnant. Yeah. Like, what do you do there?
Well,
they're crack babies.
If you get born into a hospital, they do have ways where they'll give the baby like low doses of crack until they like feed off of it.
But you're
that's
born,
terrible. No, it's terrible.
Addicted to it.
No, it's terrible. Well, they say if you're a crack baby and you end up doing crack when you're older, it's inevitable that you're not going to be able to like stop it.
Of course.
Because as a baby, you remember that. The first thing you remember is, give me crack. Like literally.
Imagine the first thing you have to do when you're born is lean off of one of the craziest drugs.
Oh, no. That's insanely hard on your body.
It's hard enough for an adult to figure that out.
No, that's insanely hard on your body.
You know, but even moving forward into your life, not even be able to process why you feel the way you do growing up. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
That's absolutely horrible, but like it's some people's reality. And we forget that, but that's why I try not to judge people, but there needs to at least be some sort of plan. But that's why my whole thing with the conspiracy theory out here is like, I think this is the plan.
They don't want, they don't want to fix it. I don't think they want to fix it.
But that comes back to, I think it was San Francisco, right? Where they had the Chinese, I forget his name, but I think it was, I'm not even going to try it, I'll butcher it. But there was one of the Chinese leaders came and was visiting, I believe it was San Francisco. Okay. They cleaned up the homeless situation overnight.
Really?
Overnight.
Well, if you,
they put them
yes, it was San Francisco.
They put them in shelters.
Yes.
They boarded up the areas of the street so that they couldn't build tents there.
Yeah.
They gave them all a place to stay for 2 days.
Yeah.
Cleaned up the homeless situation overnight.
Yeah.
The people from China that were visiting, cleared it all up, let them back on.
Yeah, I know.
So you could fix the problem. Not only fix the problem,
they don't want to. Fast. They don't want to.
That fast.
You know why?
And you're telling me it's not done on purpose.
Wait, do you know why?
And you're telling me it's not done on purpose.
You know how much money they lose in taxes if they help them?
But I don't think that's even it, dude.
Well, no,
I think it's deeper than that.
I think it's deeper than that.
It's not just, let's save this money on the tax. I don't even think it's that deep. You know how many trillions of dollars? I mean, dude, I might even have to cut some of this out. How many trillions of dollars is a fact? You can look this up. There are trillions. The fact that people want to talk about tax the rich, for what? Where's the money? It's not going anywhere. Well, that's my whole thing. Is like tax the rich more.
You know how much money
it's not doing anything for you or I. If we're gonna tax people more, they need to tell us where the tax dollars are going.
Yeah,
no one's telling us where the tax dollars are going.
This money's going.
There are trillions. You understand trillions?
Well, you know where it's going.
Trillions of dollars unaccounted for every year.
You know where it's going.
In tax dollars.
You know where it's going.
Secret government agencies. Yeah. That we can't talk about. I want a fucking president that comes in and he's just America. And he's just fucking canning beers, and he's like, they said what?
Honestly, if a guy,
what is like, Mr. President? He's like, you voted me in.
You voted me in. That means we can nuke him.
Come on, that wouldn't be fun. If we just had a fucking go America president.
If honestly, if there was a president that I could shotgun with, I'm voting for him. I'd vote for him.
Send the nukes.
You can't say that.
America's #1.
Well,
China's getting ahead.
Back to the
Someone click the button.
Wait.
They're what? They said what? Oh, the U.S. dollar's not #1 anymore. Click the button. I just want someone who can click it. Everyone stay in line. Just because because he wouldn't do it, but the other country's gonna go, this guy's off his rock. Because look at how we look at Putin. We're like, this guy might fucking
fuck Putin. Look at Kim Jong-un. We really don't want to fuck with him.
Yeah.
One thing, Putin's a bitch. Bomb.
But that's the thing.
You know what I mean? Like you can't say one thing.
Because we're like, well, bro, look what happened when they made the movie about North Korea.
I know.
They wouldn't let it release in the movie with James Franco and Seth Rogen.
Yeah, the interview was called. Yeah,
and this was pre-COVID.
That was a great fucking movie. By the way,
they didn't let it release.
Great fucking movie. Watch that.
They didn't let it release in theaters.
Yeah, no shit. They probably would have bombed us.
I don't think they would.
Did you watch the movie?
I don't think they would.
They had Kim Jong-un singing Katy Perry in a fucking tank, and then it came out that he loves girly songs.
It was such a.
Do you understand the fucking?
Oh my god.
Hey. Send him. That's what would have happened the second he saw that clip.
No, he watched it.
He would have went.
There's pictures of him watching the movie.
Oh, is there?
He probably hated it, dude. Because they feminized him so much.
Do you understand?
Because he was like, Dave, do you think margaritas are gay? Who told you that? My dad. He never liked me drinking margaritas.
Bro, that was the greatest movie.
Can you imagine this dictator watching
and then the greatest thing was when the Katy Perry song goes, you want to play some music? He goes, yeah. And then, do you ever feel, he goes, oh, my wife was in here. I can't believe it. He's in the middle of a tank. I can't believe, my wife was in here. I can't believe she put this on. He goes, no, I love it. He goes, you love it, Dave?
No, bro. What a movie.
That movie was so fucking good.
I don't think anything would have happened, but look at the power they had over us of him just threatening.
Yeah,
of him just being like, don't fuck with
bro,
us.
Honestly, I don't even think he threatened. I think that the U.S. government was too scared and they were like, fuck that.
No, he threatened. I think
did he?
I'm pretty sure there was a threat.
Like, really?
Like, don't release. I don't think he said he was going to do anything, but he was like, you better not release that in theaters. You better not release that movie.
Yeah, bro.
So then they released it online.
Think about it. In North Korea, Now, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure.
Quote him precisely.
There was.
Verbatim.
Oh, no, this was the thing, actually, I believe. Look this up. But the day that his father died or someone in his family died or his mom, someone, everyone had to go outside their house and cry. Yes. And if you weren't crying hard enough, they beat the living shit out of you and sent you to one of their what are they called? The same thing that the Nazis had.
But not only, but here's the thing about
what are those prisons called, though?
Camps.
Yeah, they're like concentration camps.
But here's the thing about that. Not only, in North Korea, if you get sent to jail.
Yeah.
You're not just fucked.
Well, ready? I have been, I don't know what the fuck has been going on with me, but I watch North Korea videos until 4 a.m. now. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me.
Tell them what they do to you.
So this is what they do. It's actually, I genuinely almost teared up when I was watching this guy that he actually escaped one of the prisons, and I was watching a documentary of him, and he said, going to jail, there is no jail. Every jail is basically a Nazi concentration camp, and all it is hard labor. So some of them, they'll send you in the mines, and if they think that you're not working hard enough, they'll beat the shit out of you until you're basically not alive anymore. And as your arm is all fucking broken and shit, they're still going to send you back to the mines and tell you to continue working. And if you're still not working hard enough, they'll still beat you in the mine. But until you start working.
What I was going to mention was it's even worse than that, because guess what?
No, it is.
But not even.
That's not even. That was just his story.
Wait, that's not what I'm trying to say.
That was his story.
They'll mess with your family for generations.
So yes, so there was a guy that actually escaped, and they somehow got in contact with him, and they said, you have a week to come back or we're murdering your family. And guess what? His mom made it out, and they killed the rest of his family.
That's why they can't leave. And guess what? And when the people do leave, they don't tell their families.
Yes.
Because it puts them in a position where now they know about their crime.
Well, yeah.
So they just disappear. They make sure that the family
But either way, you're still fucking over your family.
Your family is going to, if you escape, your family is now going to be tortured.
Have you ever watched the video of how there's only 3 ways of leaving North Korea and how fucking hard it is?
It's almost impossible now.
Now it's
impossible.
So the hardest one, but technically it's the easiest because it's the closest, is the North and South Korean border.
Yeah.
That's not the easiest, but it's the closest travel time.
Yeah.
Now, what's above North Korea? What is that?
Above North Korea?
Is that Russia? I believe it's Russia.
Let's look it up.
Don't quote me on that. Look it up. I believe it's Russia. But whoever's above, show me the map, actually, because I watched a whole video on it, and I was like,
can I say this was a fantastic podcast?
Fine, yeah.
Amazing podcast. What's above North Korea? The country...
Just give me the map.
North Korea is an eastern...
Images.
Budding.
China. Oh, China. Yeah, okay, China.
So China's...
Wait, because I'm gonna... So... This is all of North Korea. You have all of that. But here's the thing about escaping to China, why it's so fucked. China has a thing with North Korea that if they find any escapees, you instantly get shipped back to North Korea. Instantly. Instantaneously. Same thing with Russia. If they find you,
they send you back.
They send you instantaneously back to North Korea. And guess what? If you go back, you're going straight to one of those camps. And you're never fucking getting out of there. But now, so here's the thing about this, right? So right here, that's the only place that this part technically is in China. I forgot what country that is, but that's one of the ways, right? And then I want to see if I can get a different map. Yeah, that's Russia. Russia's the only other way out on top. Now, there's another way, which is leaving through the Korean Bay. And once you leave the Korean Bay, you have to travel. You have to travel like thousands of miles, and it'll bring you to, where is it? You'll go all the way from here, all the way down to one of these islands of Japan.
So you have to,
bro, look
so
it's
either far north you have to travel or far south.
And wait, so ready? If you go through China, I watched a video. One of the girls, she lives in the U.S. right now. She had to walk. She went through China. By the grace of God, no one ever found her because the police will find you. And if the police find you, you're instantly back to North Korea, which is fucking terrible. She walked all the way across China, fully across China to whatever's on the other side. I forgot what it was. And then they ended up shipping her back to South Korea because South Korea always said, if you come into South Korea, we'll give you a passport. You're instantaneously one of our residents. And they said anyone that is a resident of North Korea is a resident of South Korea.
Wow.
Like they'll no matter what take you. So if you get to a safe place, they'll automatically fly you into South Korea, get you a passport, get you a new identity and everything.
There was a guy that went straight over the border. They shot him like 9 times.
I saw that. The video. Oh my God, that video was fucking crazy.
And he survived.
He laid under the rock and everyone was walking. It looked like a scene out of like Call of Duty. Yeah, it was crazy.
It was insane.
It was crazy.
And you're looking at them shooting. You're like, how is he not getting hit?
He got. That's what I said the first time I watched it.
And he survived and he kept running. Got hit like 9 times and survived.
Do you want to hear something?
He's like the 50 Cent.
Wait, do you want to hear something really sad? A really sad story? What?
I said he was the 50 Cent of North Korea.
Wait, do you want to something really sad story?
Finish up on that because I gotta go.
Wait, one more.
Go on.
Really sad story of a person who escaped North Korea. She escaped, crazy journey. She made a fucking whole boat, went down to China, it took her 2 weeks on a fucking life vest boat. Like crazy already, first of all. Then obviously Japan shipped her to South Korea. How about she was famous? For all of her stories, obviously, she just escaped this crazy country. All of her stories made her famous on YouTube and everything. And she made a documentary of her visiting the North and South Korean border. How about one of the guards recognized her? They threw a fucking bag over her head and carried her back to the North Korean border. No one's ever heard of her since. They killed her. Could you imagine that? You were free. She went over there with a whole filming crew.
No way.
Whole filming crew. They got the whole thing on video. They threw a bag over her head. 5 guards grabbed her and just carried her over to the North Korean border. No one's ever heard of her since.
That must have been a setup. So, because South Korea has people there that...
Well, that they have spies that are in there that try to fucking make sure that...
Of course, especially with South Korea's policy. If you come here, you're one of us.
Apparently it was her idea, but I think she told the wrong person informed. That's what I said happened.
Absolutely, it was planned.
But could you imagine that? She was free for, I think it was 4 or 5 years.
And they probably showed that as propaganda to be like, look, if you escape, they bring you right back here.
Yup. Could you imagine that?
Damn, can we end on a lighter note? Jeez. Oh my God.
On a lighter note, I'm no longer horny.
Yeah, I mean, is it fucked up that I'm still horny?
No.
No, because I'm always horny.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean,
that's fine.
You can't control your testes. If they're fucking...
Let me know what you thought. I think this is the most serious podcast we've had.
No, I liked it. It was a good combo.
And it was good. I think we got to a lot of stuff. And this is almost kind of how I wanted the podcast to go originally.
No, it was good today.
And this is what we talk about on a daily basis.
No, it is.
I don't think it was us trying to hit topics. It was just...
This was just whatever came to mind.
This is what we talk about.
Yeah, we didn't have one.
And let me know if you guys enjoyed. Let me know if this was an interesting topic. Again, if you didn't listen all the way through, if you want to, throw us on for car rides. Throw us on because I enjoy listening to podcasts for my car rides. Because after a while, the music it doesn't do the same thing and
kind of mellows out.
Just putting yourself in a conversation for an hour for something tedious, it helps a lot. Fly. So I don't just say that so you guys do it. Like I'm saying it because it helps me. And if you have an hour where you're really bored, like a long car ride or whatever else it is, a flight. Throw it on and just enjoy us chatting. And hopefully we could be a friend to you. Leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think. Let us know your favorite topic. Let us know topics for future podcasts. We always read the comments. And I love you guys. I will see you next time. And this has been Not So PG with Peter and Gianni. All love. Mwah.
Mwah. Goodbye.